Hello, this is King Zombies here, playing some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Today we're going to head back into the Praetorium and try to progress a little bit. Not too much, but mostly just to get her back. Why did I not think about her name before starting this? Whatever, it's obvious once we get in there. I'm so bad at names, what the heck? No, Bridget's the Blade. What was her name? Whatever. It doesn't matter. We're just getting the last party member back, hopefully, because I kind of have some things I want to do with her. Get some blades done and stuff. But yeah. We're not going to continue the objective.
My apologies. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not really. What were you doing?
I was cleansing the core crystals. It markedly increases their resonance success rate. Bonding with the crystal carries certain risks, you understand.
I know.
When I became the driver of an Aegis, this power was awakened in me.
So, I might be able to do it too?
Who knows? Different people are cut out for different things.
Right, yeah.
Now then, my work is done for the day. Come with me.
A special envoy? To Tantal? Me?
Correct. Behold. As a salvager, I imagine you are already aware, but this is Allrest, the world we currently inhabit. We make our home on Titans, moving in circles around the world tree. And here lies the Great Void. This void came into being 500 years ago. It did not exist prior to that.
So I've heard. It's in our way anyway. It stopped us reaching the world tree.
The Great Void is carved from the Cloud Sea by a monstrous beast known as Ophion.
Wait, you mean that thing?
To be precise, it is an artifice, a servant of the Aegis.
Of Mithra?
So if that thing is Mithra's, then what did it attack us for? Doesn't make sense.
Ophion was felled in the ancient battle with Malos, sinking below the clouds. This means someone must have revived it.
Correct.
And you're saying that someone was Zeke's home country, Tantal?
Yes. They gave Ophion one directive: to ensure that none approach the World Tree. They sought to prevent a repeat of the horrors of the Aegis War, so an obstacle was created, the Great Void.
How did they manage a feat like that?
As I've said, mankind is regressing. Only one artifact remains that can rescind Ophion's orders, and it lies in Tantal.
It's called the Omega Fetter, and it's guarded by the royal family. I'll take you to it.
I've prepared your envoy documents already. Your quest is to set foot in Elysium, correct? Malos and his ilk will surely seek the Omega Feta for themselves. I would ask you to reach Elysium before they do, and inform me of what you find there. Do it as a favor for a once foolish old man, and so that people may have a future in this dying world.
So Zeke, you're gonna be guiding us to Tantal, right? Sure am. Let's head back to our chambers before we talk about it. This isn't exactly the place for discussing stuff. We got it. Heading off to a new region sounds fun. Actually pretty fun, because I'm sure it's going to look very new, at least.
We can reach Tantal by ship, but once we're there, we'll need to do a spot of walking.
So we're travelling with Shell-led you? Never thought I'd see the day.
I think you'll find I make a fantastic ally.
Luck of Zeke not so great. Bet we shipwrecked by tomorrow.
Cheeky furball.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Zeke. You said before that Torna concerned you too. What did you mean by that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know about those clowns, but Torna, the country that fell 500 years ago, they were the ancestors of us Tantalese. The people of Tantal are descended from Adam, the hero of Torna who escaped its destruction.
So, after Pyra fell asleep, Adam escaped to Tantal?
That's right.
That is the first I've heard of it. I have studied much history, but this story never featured. Most peculiar.
We're humble. Don't really like to brag about it. The only real trace left is in this here sigil of the royal family.
So why did you awaken Hayes?
Because her power was of great use to me. Indol has found itself under attack from Torna a number of times. She was necessary in driving them back.
Really? Then why don't you seem to have any others? Blades, that is.
Driver though I may be, I am no fighter. Besides, I find the warrior monks here so reliable. They get the job done.
If you say so. I wonder, do you know why Torna are using the name of a dead country?
Jin was a blade of Torna once. Loyalty or nostalgia? Who can say? Perhaps both.
Is that really all there is to it?
You don't think so?
I don't know much about what happened while I slept. There are no written records, either. All we have is stories passed down.
And you think that is insufficient? History is a murky thing. Only those present can truly know what took place.
But weren't you one of those present?
And that is why I offer you my cooperation.
I guess we'll find out if we go to Tantal.
Right, let's head for Jotis Port. Make it a leisurely walk. I guess why? Yoinks! Since I last went home to Tantal. Think of Indol as my home so long now. It feels weird to leave. I want to enjoy my last moments here. Be shockingly sentimental sometimes. I know, shocking, isn't it? Shut up, you two. Gonna take some Indoline presents for the folk you haven't seen in a while. As if my old man would want any of that. let's start walking to the port. Could grab a swig of Odifa along the way. We don't have that stuff in Tantal, so this could be your last chance. Zeke is such a good character. There's a quest here. Oh no, that's not the quest. It's a part of the quest, actually. We'll get to that another time. Right now, I just kind of want to make a little bit of progress. Get stopped before the port, possibly. And otherwise, why would he want to take a walk? Why not just skip travel?
Tensions seem high.
From what I gather, it seems an official summit is to be held between Morardain and Uriah.
A summit? You mean about the recent penship? But I thought...
Didn't Praetor Amalthus get them to stop and sort it all out?
Perhaps there are some discussions they would prefer Indol not to be privy to.
Besides, Uriah doesn't like to associate too closely with Indol. They'd hate to be seen as acquiescing to the Praetor's will. Got to keep up appearances, you know.
Acquiescing? You what?
Like letting him tell them what's what.
For such a spanner, you sure use some big words. How come?
Stop calling me that! Buzz off, kitty no-mates! Anyway, this summit would explain why Morag isn't around.
Indeed, she has much to attend to.
Shared sovereignty over Gormott.
Yes. I don't think anything less will be sufficient to placate them.
The Senate would never approve it.
I can overrule them by decree. Of course, I would need to secure Senator Roderick's cooperation.
Imperial decree? If it's come to that, well then I cannot dissent. I cannot help but admire your courage, Your Majesty.
That means a lot, coming from you.
Acting Chairman Nira Nira.
Sorry for intrude. Is emergency, so Nira Nira take liberty of drop by unannounced.
You certainly look troubled, Chairman. So, what is this emergency you speak of?
Well...
So, we can make our way to Tantal from here. I assume the Praetor has a ship waiting for us.
Hey, Shalad.
What?
Are we really gonna just leave Morag behind?
Who's leaving anyone? She's got her own priorities, you know?
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, her schedule is filled with official duties right now.
For sure. It's just a bit of a shame is all. You know, since we came all this way together.
I guess I know how you feel, chum. Huh? Speak of the devil?
Bana's going for the summit.
On top of everything, an assassination attempt?
If blood gets spilled at the summit, it'll mean war.
War's good for business, after all. I guess he wants to use that to get himself back in with the guild.
Why, that little... I was wondering where he'd slunk off to. What a sneaky git.
It seems Acting Chairman Nira wishes to take care of this incident covertly, to avoid it reflecting badly upon the guild.
So you came to us?
If we mobilize the army, the whole thing will become public.
Oh, I get it. So we're a more convenient solution.
I'm not forcing you. If you refuse, Bridget and I will do what we can alone.
Ah, come off it, lady. You wouldn't even think of dragging us into this, if you thought you could handle it on your own.
I suppose not. You know Bana as well as I. There's no telling what he might be plotting.
According to Acting Chairman Nira, several giant weapons were being built at the factory where we last saw him. And one of them is currently unaccounted for.
Giant weapons.
Got it. Besides, you know, we've got our own score to settle with him.
Thank you. It will be easier to focus on my duties knowing you're on the case. Good luck.
Leave it to us.
I see. What the heck? Why do I have to talk to everyone?
We made it back
Wow.
in one piece.
I hope things went well.
Oh, so I guess we aren't going to a new area now. You were selling like cookies. I want to buy some cookies actually. Soon there'll be a big stomach talk thing. Yes? Friend know anything about suspicious things happening here? I said these weird bird people. Not like Napon. A bit bigger than that. And really bird looking. I think I saw pictures of them before in a picture book. I can't remember what they're called. Tirkin maybe? That's it. They're called Tirkin. Thanks. That was really bugging me. What a bunch of Tirkin be doing in a place like this? Much thanks. Oh, do you no longer sell cookies? Did I completely miss out on that? That's annoying. Oh, there's people all over the place. I'll just go out, talk to one at a time. That'd be fine. If you heard anything about anything untoward going on at the Ardanian Summit? I have a good one for you. Let's hear the details. Some kind of ingredient with a foul odor were carried into the Ardanian Titan vessel. The scent was so strong I can still smell it on my clothes. There are ingredients too, weird and wonderful, a lot of them. I don't know what they're for, but it can't be for your average recipes. Landmark. Have I not been on this side? I guess not. Oh, there's a ship I can actually enter. I'll do that off camera. If there's anything interesting, I'll be sure to do it in another episode. Otherwise, it's not important. Probably just some items. By items, I mean just random chests. If you heard anything about what's going on, there was one request I thought was decidedly suspicious, but not one fellow asking about supplies of poisonous substances. Told him we do not handle such items here, of course, and he left soon after. From what I hear, he's been asking around other places too. Who knows what he might be plotting. So he's trying to poison, or maybe he's trying multiple things. I guess that's right. We're just doing that right here too, aren't we? Yeah. Have you heard anything suspicious? Myself, I am Ardadian, yet I live under the protection of Indol. The Urians and Gromati here, for instance, seem to get along just as well. Just take a look at those lot. Clutching those tools of conflict and fixing one another with the coldest of stares. Can't even have a civil discussion holding a banquet like this. Don't you think it's absurd? The time they to be wasting on such extravagances, they should use it to save their own suffering people too. It does frustrate me. Sometimes I think the people running those nations could learn a thing or two from our camp. That was not useful. Oh, there is... Yeah, there is one down here. Is that down here? It's over here. It's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, yeah, it's right over here. Looks over to the right to me. That's fine. Perhaps there are untoward intentions on the Mordain side. Frankly, I would expect it. But I can assure you that we of Uriah have no intentions of trying anything funny. The word of Queen Rakora is absolute. We trust in our queen, and she wills it. We gladly put our weapons aside. So there's no need for concern. Of course, if the queen ordered me to take up arms, I would gladly fight tooth and nail against those Ordanian dogs. You do well not to forget that. Problems at the summit? Ridiculous notion. Summit will be held aboard this Titan battleship, so we have no need to fear attacks from the outside. What about on the inside? This door is the only entrance, and it will not be opened until just before the summit. We have not allowed a single suspicious individual past this point. There's no fear from attack within either. I think high priority Bana lines low somewhere in Indol. Pray we'll be able to blow this case wide open before Queen Rakor arrives. So, do not enter yet. It's locked, right? Yep. Okay. So this isn't a ship I can just look into right now. We'll probably have to go in and fight a giant mech later. Heard anything suspicious? Certainly something not quite right going on. It's a very large wooden box being transported onto the Titan battleship. Oh, it is in there. Good. So accounted for on the inventory list, so most of my colleagues think it's no problem. Honestly, I can't imagine what they would want such a huge box for. Worry about my being inside. So that. So it's already on the ship. It's exactly what I already thought it was. The Titan battleship has extremely sturdy defenses. There's a secret weapon in this whole port that could damage it. Besides, to hear the main conference will only be attended by very select group of trustworthy individuals. Can't imagine how any miscreant could hope to get close to the VIPs to harm them, even if they wanted to. A lot of people are on edge, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. Nothing untoward is going on in the Ordanian army, I assure you. To those who have come to Indol, belong to the Karag Imperial Guard. These soldiers who have sworn solemn oaths to protect the Emperor. So if anything suspicious were going on, I'd venture it would have to be on the Rayan side. I find it difficult to tell what those people are thinking sometimes. In the current climate of fear, almost anything could happen. I could scarcely wait for the day when that huge, awful Titan battleship is gone from our shores. It pains me to even see such an unsightly structure in our beautiful city. I'm sure all upstanding Indolin citizens resent its presence. Why can Mordain and Uriah not cease all this foolish conflict and simply submit themselves to the will of Indol? We've gathered quite a bit of information now. Yeah, and plenty of it blatantly bogus. But there's some rumors in there that did bug me a bit. Time to swear on the real dirt from baseless suspicions. Detective time? Clever's premise. Who is targeting Summit of Nations? It's former Chairman Bana. Has priority forget? No, Torna, not that stupid. It's tradition for deducing to start by listing information everyone knows. Proper flow is for Rex to think carefully and provide answer. Okay. Where is the summit to be held? Well, in the battleship. They're testing my knowledge now. Great. Seems like Bana is planning an assassination. What method do you think he might be using? Poison, specifically. Yeah, the ship's totally secure from the outside, and only trustworthy people will be attempting. Now, I guess the only method that really leads is tampering with the food. But when would the poison be added, and to what exactly? Probably the main meal. I can hardly imagine VIPs were preparing their own food. I'd quite like to see Morag and Bridget try cooking it for a banquet. Someone was saying they'd seen a lot of weird ingredients being carried inside, right? Indeed they were. Big box was carried inside too. These strong flavored ingredients to hide the taste of the poison? Yeah, it's probably actually really accurate. Who will be carrying out the poisoning itself? The Tyrkin? The ones the girl was talking about? Bana used Tyrkin as minions before to remember from Archer Blade Factory. You can see how they might be more convenient for him than hiring professional assassins. But do you think Tyrkin know the first thing about cooking? I don't know about that. I think we're just going around in circles here. If we know someone's probably going to poison the food, why don't we go check out the battleship itself? Point, regardless of who's carrying it out, we should act fast if we're going to stop this plot. And we go dining on the Ardanian battleship. Well, they talked about everything except for one thing. Because earlier we were told that one of the giant mechs is gone, missing. We're also told of a giant box getting sent in, so it's probably in there. Yes, I'd like to buy some cookies. Heart cookies. I'll take all of them. I'm so glad he actually bought some. Okay. Well, anyways, that's all the time we have for this episode. Next time we're going to go in there and stop Bana, and probably fight another giant mech. Till then, it's been King Zombies. See you guys later.
Who dares call upon Vale? You'll rue the day. Ah! Take this, and that, and another. Ah! Ugh! Anyway, I'm Vale. Pleased to meet ya.
you can't keep up with me. Going fast sure makes me super hungry. I will eat everything that All Rest has to